Man of 1,000 surprises, each one more amazing than the last. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this one-night special event here on Game Show Temple Live. Michael Tiller here. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Michael, why aren't you enjoying your retirement? I mean, yes, I know I quit back in March, but I got to be honest with you guys. I mean, there are some things I left right there on the table and, unfinished projects and all this sort of stuff, and I decided to temporarily return just to go ahead and finish them up. But there was something that recently crossed my mind. It was just the fact that, hey, I never got to talk about Wild and Crazy Kids. As I remember, I did talk about Double Dare, if I remember correctly, as well as Legends of the Hidden Temple and Nickelodeon Guts and all that. But I regret not talking about Wild and Crazy Kids, the show that goes anywhere and does anything to find kids having fun. And, well, that's definitely something. And I know some of you were just absolutely psyched for our special guest tonight. You know Annette Chavez, you know Omar Gooding, you know Donnie Jeffcoat, and you probably know this lady, the enthusiastic second co-host of Wild and Crazy Kids. Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Gaynes.
Yay!
How you doing,
Remember
Jessica?
how much I said that? Yay! I'm good. Remember how much I said that when I did that show? I was like that. After that whole season, I was like, oh my God. I can't believe I said yay so much. Remember that?
Oh, man, that is just quite unbelievable. But, Jessica, it's nice to have you with us this evening.
Yeah, you too. Hold on, I'm plugging in my phone. There. I'm glad I got through. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. So
okay, good.
That's definitely not bad. Anyway, you're calling from Cabo San Lucas. Are you enjoying the time there?
I am. It's really nice. I've never been there before.
Oh, and it actually looks beautiful from everything I've heard. So.
Yeah, it is really beautiful. You're in Georgia. What are you in for Georgia?
Well, Georgia, we're just in for sunshine, and yeah, we're in Georgia. So.
Yeah, I like Georgia. I love Savannah.
Oh, Savannah is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I've been back every now and again, but I wish I could go back even more often. So.
Yeah.
Being close
so
to
give me the questions. Come on, give it to me.
Looks like you're anxious to jump into the conversation, Jessica. Well, we'll let you. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, before I go ahead and get this conversation seriously started, just a reminder to everybody who calls in and talks to Jessica, I'm enforcing a 2-question or 10-minute limit, so that way everybody who calls in will get a chance to talk to Jessica. So that's how it's going to turn down. But in either case, Jessica, here's a question I have for you. How was it you were able to become the co-host of Wild and Crazy Kids after Annette Chavez?
Well, they put they put a breakdown out for auditions, and then I had the agent that I had. I was always like a lazy going on audition kid. Like my dad was an actor. My dad worked I worked, but my dad worked way more than I did. So my dad was this whole life, kid actor that grew up and even was an agent for a while. So he had friends that were agents, and then he had a car accident, so he wasn't working as an agent anymore. But I saw these commercials that he was in, and I wanted to be like him, and I thought I can do that. I think I've said this. I told this whole story before, but anyway, so I'm telling it again. And then it never gets old because it's my life, right?
You got that straight.
Right. And then so I went on the audition, and I was really nervous, and I was really shy, and they wanted I'm actually surprised I got the job. That's what I have to say. But my dad helped me get the job. My dad really helped me. Meaning my dad was my pep talker. He was my stage mom backstage. When we had to said that the hosts had to the people auditioning. Everyone was auditioning for the girl part. Had to make up a crazy game, and I was like, I can't think of anything to my dad, and he's like, well, you could say you're swimming in a pool with sharks, right? And I was like, okay, but that's dumb. He's like, no, just say it. And then so I said it, and then Woody Fraser, the director, he thought that was so funny. I mean, the producer, sorry. He thought that was so funny. He laughed hysterically about that. And then every time my dad would suggest something, they brought us back 5 times, and every time they brought me back, I had to make up more games. So my dad was he was my segment producer. He wrote me all my games, and then I would say them all, and then they would love them. And then that was it. So then I was always really shy and whatever. I really actually had a tough time dealing with Because Annette's so cool, and she's older than me, she was this cool older teenager, and I was like this 14-year-old with red hair, and so I was like, oh, God, I can't compete with her. And so it was hard for me. But, because, I used to, go to these personal events, and these little kids would say to me, where is Annette? We liked her better than you.
Goodness me.
And I would say, oh, I know, I liked her better than me, too. And then that was it. It was funny. And then, and my dad and I would just laugh, and I was like, see, Dad, they hate me. And then, I was just telling you all the inside stuff. But it's fine. It's totally okay. I'm just saying, these are, the little stories you tell when you're, your experience. Am I sorry that I did the show? No way. The show was so much fun. And I was a kid that invented games.
Really?
You should have you should have a show. You should have a radio show where you ask my childhood friends, what did Jessica do during her entire childhood? She made us play games. What kind of games? Games that she made up. I really did. But see, they weren't as good as my dad's. That's the thing. So I was totally into the show, but I didn't think my games had the selling. They were good for kids, but they didn't have the sellability my dad's did. So. You get what I'm saying?
Whoa.
No, you don't.
I think so.
You're like, I don't know. Come on, make this easy for me. No.
Wow. Let's see if I can make it any easier for you. But actually,
give me some tough questions.
A tough question. Well, I kind of wonder if Brian Schwartz would have any tough questions for you. Brian, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
All right, yes. First of all, Jessica, it's great to talk to you again.
You too.
Actually met you. I met you at Slimed.
Yeah, and I know you're on my Facebook. We communicate. I click like on your Facebook page often, I think. Often enough.
That's right, yeah.
Right? And I genuinely mean it when I do it, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, the one thing I asked you, of course, was about the Venus flytraps. I won't ask about that again. But if that comes up during the,
I don't even remember that.
When you were stuck to the Velcro thing.
Oh, with the boy? What's his name? Michael
Michael Fishman.
Yeah.
Right,
Michael
from
Fishman.
Roseanne. Yeah, and his dad was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't ask about that again. But if it comes up during the conversation, I asked it first.
Okay.
But anyway. The one thing I wanted to know is they literally say that it's a show that goes anywhere and does anything. What was your favorite location throughout shooting?
Oh, God. Well, Washington, D.C. was incredibly fun. That was maybe the trip of a childhood lifetime. I even an adult's lifetime. We got that was pretty fun.
It was.
Really, it was really fun. And then Utah was really fun. It was a little dangerous. I almost drowned in Utah, but nobody knows that, not even my parents. I did tell them that, the episode that I recently saw, anyway, how do I make this concise? Yes. My favorite location was Washington, D.C. That's my all-time, that definitely, nothing topped that. But then I went to a lot of places also that weren't filmed. I would but I also went with more. And then, and sometimes Omar came with us. Donnie always went alone. Annette was alone. For some reason, they would separate them. And then Omar and I went a few times together, but mainly Mike O'Malley and Fillmore and I went together. And we went to Laredo, Texas, San Antonio. We did these live shows that were never filmed, but were really, really fun. We went to New Jersey. We went to all the Six Flags across the country. Not, you know what I mean? Six Flags.
Yeah, exactly.
We call it Magic Mountain in California. I don't know what you guys call it.
Yeah, it is Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey.
We went there. We did it there. We went to Texas.
How did I miss this?
Well, these were those things that weren't, local. We went to Shreveport, Louisiana, Seattle, Washington, stuff like that. And Donnie went to Donnie went to Brunei.
So, and I saw you on your Facebook page recently. You were saying that, did you just come to, this is not part of my question, so please don't count it against me. Did you say you just were in Philadelphia, or was that a previous 4th of July?
Oh, I was in Philadelphia in December.
Oh, man, I wish you had told me.
I know, I didn't know who was there, but I mean, I love Philadelphia anyway. But yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, but next
we drove
time
all
you're
the way
there, please
through
let
it.
me know.
Yeah, what part are you in?
South Philadelphia.
So that's like in the city, but a little bit to the south?
Yeah, it's by the sports complexes.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I'm sure it's not that far. I mean, it's pretty close to New York City, right? I mean, in terms of like, you know what I mean. All of Philadelphia is like 2.5 or 2 hours, right?
Yeah, it's actually closer to New Jersey.
Oh, all right. Well, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It comes first.
But anyway, like I said, that's not part of my question. It was just a curiosity.
Okay. What's your question?
My question was, I only have one left, and there was 2 that I wanted to ask. So I had to pick. I think it's the best one.
Calm down, Brian. Take a deep breath, man.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about. Let's retrace our steps.
Yeah.
You were
talking about your favorite locations. What was your favorite game?
And then I segued. What?
Yeah. What was your favorite game that you actually participated in?
Oh, God. Participated in or watched? Because I have to tell you that my favorite game to watch was the one from Washington, D.C. with the paint by number game. I wasn't in that game, but that game was so funny. That was the best game.
I was watching a couple episodes getting psyched up for this conversation, and the one that I enjoyed watching was Snowling.
Oh, that was the first show I ever did. So I cringed when I watched that episode because I was like, oh my God, I talk so fast. I really, I hated how I did that. That's a big bear, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but you get so much better.
Oh. I was better later. Yeah, I did so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's dead, but I did improve. I improved a lot. I was 14. Hey. But then my favorite game to play in was, God, I had a lot that I liked. So my favorite game to lead was Red Pie, Green Pie. I loved that game. That game was so much fun, but I never played in it, but it was just really fun to moderate it. And then I really loved the Get Dressed Relay because my sister is on the team with me. I watched the episode again, and she was so slow, right? And it was a fun game anyway, but because she's my little sister, like, I was just like, it was hysterical, like, to me, like, my reaction. But that's biased. So my other favorite game is, I have a lot of favorite games. I really, I didn't like getting messy, so I really disliked when I did. And there was that one game where they dropped the eggs on me. I liked the game until that moment, and then I didn't like the game anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I didn't like the game. At that point, I was done. I really didn't like it. That was disgusting. I was hoping I was going to get feathers or apple sauce or whatever, but I got rotten.
But anything is better than mustard and ketchup at the same time. Am I right?
Oh, that was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. Truly, and I can't believe. I mean, really. It's like I'd like to go back and ask those writers, like, what were you guys thinking?
Okay, now, Michael, I know this breaks the rule, but this is a very quick question. I would like to squeeze it in, if I may, before I
do. You have to go ahead.
Okay. At the end of one episode, I don't remember where it was at a beach somewhere, they were trying to, as a joke, try another beach buried game. Was that really your feet sticking out of the hole?
Yeah, it was. It was very uncomfortable, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I was wondering, was that really them, or were they actors, and then they did voiceover?
No, that was us. They made us go into it, all three of us. We all did it, all three of us.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was very uncomfortable. I think what I'm pretty sure I recall is that we did the lines at the time, but when we went back to do the voiceovers for the commentary during the game, which we always did anyway, at that point we dubbed over the parts where we're talking. I mean, you can't see our voices, our mouths moving, so it's not even really dubbed. It is dubbed, but you know what I mean? Like it's not like you have to match the mouth. And so we did that because we couldn't be heard, so we just did it again. But we did actually say it while we did it, too. That's why the feet were moving. And they would say, move your feet. It's your turn. And then it was uncomfortable, though, you know. It was pretty deep. We were, on our knees.
I mean, that looked like it was, 2 feet deep?
God, I don't know measurement, but it was like my whole body, that was the edge of my, like, I don't know. These are questions. I'm a girl. I mean, that sounds so rude. I'm not good at math, personally. So, I don't know the answer to that. Many girls are really excellent at math. I, however, am not. And then,
the point is that
it was really uncomfortable, and I recall that we had to take breaks because we were putting all the weight from our hands onto our, like to hold up our entire body weight. It was so deep that basically your hands, I mean, unless you're going to stand on your head, were supporting your entire body, and it was not comfortable at all. So they were giving us breaks in between where they would be like, okay, we're going to do it, let's go. And we'd like all get in, we're all complaining because it doesn't feel good. And then because we did a practice run, and then we did another practice run, and then we did the real thing, and then they'll be like, okay, now you. Because they can talk over because they know we're going to dub it later and then whatever. But then it was like, okay, now get out. It was very difficult to get back out. We did it like 3 times in total officially, so we had enough to pick from, and that was it. So.
Right, exactly.
And then they were like, you can go home for the day. And then we were like, oh.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was a great job. Yeah. It was a cushy, easy job. But at the same time, for teenagers don't like to get messy. Or to, like, you can't put a teenager out.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
I guess it's like somebody like me who always wanted to be on Double Dare.
Oh, my dad remembers this about me, and I forgot. My dad told me recently, I remember when you wanted to be on Double Dare. This is before I ever did Wild and Crazy Kids. And he said, and I took you and your friend, I think he said he took me and my friend Susanna Burns, hello, she lives in San Francisco. So, but we grew up together in San Fernando Valley, and then he was like, and we took you guys together and you auditioned, but you didn't get it. And I was like, really? I don't even remember that. But my dad's not wrong. Yeah. If my dad says that happened, it happened,
Yeah. I was so upset when I found out that Double Dare used to tape in Philadelphia, and I didn't know how to get tickets.
Oh, did it?
It did, yeah, at the very beginning, the first 2 or 3 years. And then it moved to Orlando,
the
Florida.
Whole country. Yeah. Oh, really? And then it stayed in Florida forever?
Yeah, no,
it came to
in
LA.
Philadelphia.
It came to LA for auditions briefly, though.
For auditions, but I mean for shooting the show. It was shot originally in Philadelphia.
Oh, I mean contestants. When I say auditions, I meant contestants. Just kids that want to play in the game.
Okay, I see what you mean. But
that was back in the day when I played Super Mario Brothers, and Duck Hunt.
Those were the good old days.
Paperboy.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Exactly. Those are the good old days. Too many buttons on today's video games.
Bubble Bobble. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I love that game. I can never get that song out of my head.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember it, though. Wizards and Warriors. I beat that.
Yeah, that was another good one.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Zelda was something I didn't get into until years later. I
tried to play it.
Frustrated. Yeah, I got frustrated. So, I didn't know what to do, so I turned it off.
Okay, maybe I meant Zelda, but I think I meant Wizards and Warriors. Wasn't that a game?
Yeah, that was, and it was another fantasy adventure game.
And Jeopardy! Did you ever hear that? No?
I did.
Is this the same Jeopardy without Trebek by any chance, Jessica?
Yeah, but it was Nintendo Jeopardy. We used to rent it from the video game store, my sister and I. We would play it over and over, but we didn't own it. And then we memorized all the answers, so then we would win.
Oh, man.
We'd play it with people that didn't know we knew all the answers. We're like, oh, my God, how did you know that it was Soupy Sales? Like, we're not even old enough to know who Soupy Sales is. But I don't know, I just knew it.
Exactly. I mean, you play it enough times, you're going to remember all the questions.
Yeah.
That's one way to learn, so.
You bet.
I know.
Okay, well
this has been
awesome. Go ahead and get moving along here, Brian, so.
Okay.
Well, while you do that, can I tell you? Oh.
What's that?
Can I tell you something while you do the next thing?
Oh, yeah, please.
No, keep going. Get the person.
Oh, okay, just...
do you want me to go ahead and get the next person in anyway, Jessica?
What?
Yeah,
do you want me to go ahead and get the next person in?
Please let me know.
I can't understand you guys at all. You're both talking at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Okay. No, I thought Michael was going to cut me off, so I was saying this. Okay. The next time you're in Philadelphia, please let me know. I'd love to catch up with you.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be talking a lot of video games then.
Oh, all right. I was going to sing for you my really quick song for Nintendo for
please.
Super Mario Brothers. So you know the part that goes doo-doo. You know the part that goes do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know that part?
Exactly.
So I made up the lyrics when I was a kid. No more men need to iron their shirts. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That was it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, my gosh. Why wasn't that publicized?
No more men need to iron their shirts. I don't know, it just came to me.
This is amazing.
And then when you go to the subterranean level, it would say money, 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 money. But my friend said just a penny coin. But my other friend, Jennifer Griffin, hi Jennifer Griffin, she also lives in Northern California. She used to sing doobie doobie doobie, doobie doobie doobie, doobie doobie doobie. That's what she sang.
I wonder what the swimming level sounded like.
No, they didn't say anything, but
Oh.
I don't know, isn't that a drag? Nothing spoke to me, but I couldn't help myself. No more men. So I iron their shirts. And it's so abnormal, like abstract. Like, it's like, what? But it was right.
Exactly.
Incredible. Okay. Well, in any case, Brian, I do have to go ahead and get moving along, but please feel free to stay on the line if you like.
You bet.
No,
I'll be listening to the whole thing.
Okay. All right. We'll see you a little later on then, Brian.
All right. Take care, Jess.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, well, Jessica, you really did have an inventive childhood, didn't you?
What?
Was that an inventive childhood? I mean, like creating your own lyrics for Super Mario Brothers and doing all that sort of stuff? That's like...
Well, I thought it was. I mean, I wasn't trying to be weird. I was, but I wasn't. Like, I was always like, my whole life I always thought, like, you know, I am me. That meant, like, and my mom always said... You what?
Go ahead.
No, what do you say? What did you say?
I was saying you are who you are. I mean, it's the person we were all meant to be, so...
Right. My mom would always say, just trust yourself. Don't let other people tell you who you should be and, like, whatever. And so, you know, so I would always just be like, I'm me. I'm thinking of myself. Like, my mom's always like, you know what's best. So then I would always think, I am the most unique me there ever was, which is a weird thing to think. But therefore, like, I'm talking when I was really little. So I would, like, you know, just go with it and, like, enjoy myself and just do weird things and then, like, tell people, because I always want to hear what other people did. I used to always say to my family, tell me something true but funny. Like, something when I was really little. Like, tell me something that really happened true but was really funny. And then I would ask all my relatives that. I got a lot of good stories out of them. So I asked everybody that.
Understandable. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I asked all people those things, and then, we would play the game of life, and I made up this way to do it with my mother's baby name book. This is something really strange, but I did. And when when you play life and you have the banker, you know, the game of life, right? So I was the banker, but I didn't have to be the banker. Other people could be the banker. But then I had the baby name book, and I make all my friends, Susanna, Jennifer, all of my different friends, right? Philip, I had these, like, you know, these good childhood friends that are still my friends today. And then I would make them all play, but I was nice about it, but I would just make them all play with the baby name book. So when it says, like, you have a son, pay $2,000 or pay $1,000 in the game of life, I'd say, okay, you have to flip through the baby name book. It's so weird that I would do this. So this is what I would do. I was obsessed with, like, this baby name book. Flip through it. With your eyes closed, whenever it lands on, that's your baby's name. But then my friend Susanna, her last name is Burns, right? So then when she would get to the part in the game where it says, you have a baby, pay $2,000 or pay $1,000, I would say, oh, if it said you have a son, I would say, Susanna, you know what you have to name him. And she would say, Bacon, because I would make her name him Bacon Burns. That's such a stupid name.
Oh, wow.
And I'd say, but you're not mad, Susanna, right? And she would say, no. You know, I'm just kidding, right? Yes. That's all right. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, Jessica, I did have another question before I go ahead and bring in our next caller. Now, I remember another thing from Wild and Crazy Kids. It always helped raise awareness for all sorts of different things. I remember when you all went to Washington, D.C., it helped raise awareness for kids and others to try and exercise a little bit, try and get active and everything. And I also remember that you were part of an episode on raising awareness for cystic fibrosis, and I understand that you helped raise awareness for that because you had a childhood friend who had the disease and unfortunately passed away with it, and my condolences to you for that. But I just can't remember this one particular thing. Did they raise awareness for other sorts of disabilities or anything for awareness?
On other episodes? They didn't. Yeah. No, they should have, but they didn't. I mean, we only did so many, but yeah, they should have. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that the cystic fibrosis event even, happened because I didn't expect it. We hadn't requested it, and then as soon as I found out, I was like, oh. Well, I mean, I was going to go anyway because we were doing the episode, but then I said, I want to do the game. Like, I read the script when they brought the script to the house, and then, like, a day before, and I said, I want to do the game. I want to do the game to try to win the money, and then I was gonna, because it was my sister's friend. They were the same age, but she was my friend too. I mean, it was we were family friends, and so she died. She was only 6 years old, and her sister had died from the disease too. And it's like a congenital. It's a genetic congenital disease where people don't usually live past like their late 20s, and that's late. Like that's the latest, and there's still no cure. So and it affects your lungs. So, no, unfortunately, they did not. You guys should have like a question and answer with like my friend Noah Edelson. He was one of the producers, and the other friend my other friend Jim Casey. He was also one of the producers on the show. They're on my Facebook. They've got all sorts of inside stories on like the inner workings of why we did this and why we did that. Because I was a teenager, so a lot of that stuff was like hidden adult information that I don't get to know. You know what I mean? I mean, but we're still friends. But that would be like they're veritable fountains of secret information. Like I remember being on the set and sitting there with them and like with Noah and Jim and everybody and they would be there with the thing in their ear with the I don't know what you call that. So they're talking to the director and whatever and talking to everybody back and forth and telling you what to do and waiting, and we're always waiting while the cameras get set up, and there'd just be all this talk, and I'd be like, oh, why is that? Because I'm a kid, and they'd just tell me all the inside scoop, and that's why I found out that Nickelodeon used to be, or not used to be, was started by the people that started MTV, and how all the people that were working on my show, it all started at MTV, and they'd moved it at Nickelodeon, and, I learned all about that from the inside conversations of the grown-ups.
Well, that makes sense there.
Yeah,
that certainly makes sense. And if Wild and Crazy Kids was still going on the air today, I'm pretty sure that they would want to raise awareness for other sorts of things. And I'm actually associated with my college, as a matter of fact, in raising awareness for invisible disabilities like ADHD and Asperger's syndrome or autism and all that sort of thing. And I think it would be fair is that if Wild and Crazy Kids was still on the air, that maybe they would want to raise awareness for those particular awarenesses and disabilities as well, and especially the fact that yeah, and just to disclose this, Jessica, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome back when I was in first grade, and I learned that it was a social disability rather than anything else, and it was a little tough for me to learn about it at first, but then now that I'm more aware of how it affects me and everything like that, I'm just say, hey, why don't I try to raise awareness about it or something, and it's really a unique kind of disability if you ask me, but it's pretty interesting once you get used to it. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I've never talked about this, and this is true, so I don't even know. Like, I actually ordered my elementary school records and my junior high records just because I wanted to see what, I don't know if, I didn't even open them when they came, but I was curious what they would say about me. But I remember, I have this memory when I went to this private Waldorf school until the end of third grade, and then it was this artistic school. I mean, it was a really great school. They taught us how to paint and do all these watercolors and things. And you're supposed to go till 12th grade, but my parents couldn't afford to have two kids in the school, so we had to leave at the end of my third grade year because my sister was in kindergarten. And then we went to public school, which is such a shock. But while I was in the private school, they had I don't remember why. I must have done something in class that made them decide I wasn't. I think I do remember because you take a foreign language. In that school, at the time, they would teach you German, but now a lot of those Waldorf schools will teach you Spanish. But at the time, they were teaching German because it was founded by a German guy, But it's in California. And then it was very hippie, holistic, all that stuff. It was great. But we made candles, everything, paint, talked about gnomes, but I did something that made them think that I was like not catching on to like normal like social communication around like second or third grade. And this is based on my memory. My mother does not even recall. My parents are no help. Okay, they don't even know what I'm talking about. But I know this happened and I remember it. And so they sent me to these like individual classes where I was like being shown these cue cards that were like in like second grade that were trying to like get me to like understand like social relationships and how to do certain things and like what's expected of you and like how you react to things. And I realized while I was doing these things, like, wait a minute, this is a mistake. There's been a mistake here. I mean, somehow they think I don't get it. I just didn't feel like responding. Like, although that's not true. Some of them I was confused about some of them, but it was because I wasn't paying attention, which would maybe be ADD, right? Like I would just be zoning out. I used to zone out in school. But anyway, I remember getting very upset because I missed how to do this amazing veil painting thing with watercolors, and I missed out because they sent me to the class, and I told my mom, today, this was like in second or third grade, today I missed the veil painting, and I really wanted to learn how to do it. I don't want to go to these classes again if I'm going to miss the artwork part. And she said, okay. So then she told them, you can't take her out of those classes. She really wants to be there. So then that never happened again. And then so I've got to say that for the rest of my life, I blocked out for a little while that I'd even gone to those classes. Then I remembered, like, wait a minute, I remember being sent to these classes, and clearly as I was being shown these cue cards, I realized that they think I don't understand these certain things, and I guess I didn't because I wasn't paying attention, but it's kind of the same thing. People that, right? I know I have family members that also, that one of my cousins also has this experience with Asperger's and autism, and it's just about interacting with them on their level, but that doesn't mean it's like, it's easily obtainable, it's easily findable. It's just like everybody's different, which is what my mom always said. It's okay to be you.
Exactly. And, I actually delivered an informative speech on that to my human communications class just last semester, and I remember at the end I said, Asperger's, not weird, just different. So
right.
So you and I are pretty much on the same page there, Jessica.
Yeah, that's weird because we didn't talk about this beforehand. I didn't talk to you about anything. Yeah. No, I really didn't. So I'm just saying, like, pretty good, pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, Jessica, I'm going to go ahead and bring in another caller for you, and let's go and welcome this person right now. Caller 4491. Welcome. Who's this?
Michael. Yeah, it's a long time, buddy. This is Larry. Larry Newbill.
Oh, hi, Larry. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, Jessica.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah,
good.
I called in a little bit late, but
no, not late.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. Anyway, Larry, next 10 minutes or 2 questions are all yours.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me see. Oh, hey, I'm so nervous now. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, what was your most embarrassing moment on the show?
Oh, the mustard in the kitchen. The mustard in the kitchen. That was so humiliating. That was an embarrassing day. I mean, I'm sorry. That really was. Like, I was like, I can't believe they're doing this to me. Like, I went home that night. I'm like, forget this ever happened to you.
Oh boy.
And then, seriously, I'm like, this is vulgar, because it was. I don't know what was going on in their minds, and it's followed me all these years, but it's okay. I'm fine now because I'm an adult, so that's why you're talking to me now. It's been all these years, and I can handle it. So.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how she can handle all of this.
Right?
Punishment. It's just like, oh man, this is wrong, but
I know.
Same time.
So that was pretty embarrassing. I would say that was, without question, that was my most embarrassing moment. There was this other game I remember one time. I don't remember what the name of the game was, but we did these like slip and slide. It was like me, Donnie Omar, with like Carrie the Egg, and it was like a slip and slide relay race. And, like, do you remember that? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I can. Well, I have to rewatch it.
You go on a slip and slide. You're trying to carry an egg with like boxing gloves, and you can't drop it.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And I couldn't slide down. I couldn't slide down. So that was embarrassing. I actually was embarrassed by that, even though that's such a silly thing. But I just remember I couldn't slide down. He wasn't sliding. None of them were sliding down. None of us were. But it was just this awkward game where they're watching you, and you're like, God, this is one awkward game. I'm really playing this awkwardly, like that. You know, you always want to do your best, and then there are some games. I don't know. I'm not the best athlete, so I've got to say that lots of times I would be like, did you watch it? Lots of times I was trying, but there were some good games. Oh, God, I was so good at, you forgot to ask me what games am I good at, but
oh, my God. Okay, and my second question is, what was your best experience of competing against Mark Summers and the cast of Salute Your Shorts?
Oh, well, Salute Your Shorts, that was really fun. I don't remember playing any games with Mark Summers when he was on the episode with us. I don't think he did play in the games with me.
If my memory serves me right on that, Jessica, he was the pitcher for Dizzy Bat Baseball, the sequel.
And did I play? He was? Did I play in that game?
That's what my recollection tells me.
But I didn't play in that game. I hosted Dizzy Bat 3, I think, or something.
Oh.
That's right. Because I remember with the sequel, that was Donnie Jeffcoat who did that.
Yeah, and so that wasn't my game.
Oh.
That's okay. Well. He still slimed us. But with Salute Your Shorts, Salute Your Shorts was really fun. I remember Venus and I playing the game with the roller skates, and I was really bad at that too. At the mall, remember that?
Yeah.
Mall Madness.
Yeah.
Mall Madness.
Venus was really good. Venus was like going down and like the slippery mall floor, the marble floor, like with the roller skates. She was like really good. I was like So it was hard, and then.
Oh my God.
I was really slow. I was always careful. I'm like, I don't want to fall. And then what else did we do in that? I mean, that whole episode, those guys were also fun. That was a fun episode with all those kids. We did the one with the sliding the pizza or something. Oh, and the thing with the balloon. God, it's been so many years since I've watched it. So I played it.
It's always on YouTube.
I know. We have every episode, and my parents don't know where they stored it. And then one of Donnie says he has all the episodes, and he doesn't know where he stored it. And then our other friend, one of the original writers and producers, Noah Edelson, he says he's got them all, but he doesn't know where he stored them. So we're all.
Oh, no.
I was like, well, when you find them, can you make me copies?
Maybe we can work on that.
That is.
Wow. Time flies once you don't remember where to put them.
I know, right? We saved them. We put them somewhere safe. We can't find them.
Yeah, it's somewhere. But maybe.
And what do you think we had the tape trading circuit for, right?
What?
Ooh.
What do you think?
Larry,
what?
did I talk over top of you? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no,
cool.
it's okay.
Yeah. Say what you said again.
Huh?
I said that's what we had the tape trading circuit for. Well, it's still active, but I retired back in 2014, so.
You guys really, I'm so impressed with that, actually. When I read that, I'm like, oh my God, this is like the new generation. Like, these kids, like. I always knew you kids were going to grow up.
Yeah, those was the days.
Oh, definitely. I was a young elementary school in my days of Wild and Crazy Kids and Nickelodeon and such, but, when you grow up, sometimes you forget certain things, but I never forgot about Nickelodeon. I never forgot about Double Dare, nor Wild and Crazy Kids for that matter, and nor did I forget about you or anybody else, Jessica.
Because Nick is kids, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That certainly says a lot, so.
Weren't you always yeah, when they said that when you were a kid? Like, yeah, Nick is kids.
Kid power. Like, yeah.
Kid power, right? Really, kids are like, they're like, this is the first kids network ever. You're like, yeah.
I was like,
and come to find out, when it originally started, it was fledging.
We're all talking. Everyone's talking. What?
Goodness,
people listen later. They'll be like,
Larry, I don't mean to be overtaking you, buddy.
What?
Oh, this is so much fun.
It'll be like blip, 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 blip. Yeah.
This is so cool.
I know.
What I was trying to say, though, is that when Nickelodeon originally started, it was fledgling. I mean, not a lot of people were watching it, and that was until Double Dare put it on the map, so.
Yeah, Double Dare saves.
Double Dare was great. Double Dare was original.
Oh,
remember this? Aren't you glad you're watching Nickelodeon? Aren't you glad? Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
We're just about, let's see, we're just about 45 minutes in the show, and it's just been so amazing ever since the start. I mean.
It's so funny.
Oh
goodness. Larry,
what is going on
I do invite you to stay on the switchboard just in case, because, you know, I mean, there's only one other caller. I mean, there was one other besides you, but unfortunately
I don't even care if anybody else calls in. I have a million things to tell you.
Oh, we're
like, and then there was this one time when I was 10, and I, like that.
One time.
Oh, man.
While I was 7.
No, I mean,
was
really.
jealous that everybody was at the water park playing games.
You were? Well.
Yeah, I got jealous.
No, there's better stuff than that. Come on. Tell me something funny and true.
I know. I was jealous. I was like, I want to be on that show.
He's like, I was jealous. But everybody was at the water park and I wasn't. But I really was. I was so jealous.
I was. I was like,
Get rid of the dialect. I still was jealous that they were at the water park. And I wasn't.
I'm a nut, I know. I'm a nut.
Oh, man. I told one, I'm like, I always, when I was a kid, I just told my friends this the other day. I mean, today. I told them in Spanish, though, because I'm in Cabo San Lucas. And then, but I'm not going to tell you in Spanish. So I was saying that, like, when I was, like, 6, 7 years old, I remember my mom, whenever I would watch, like, Wizard of Oz, my mom goes, this was made the year they discovered color or invented color, something like that, right? So then I would think, I am so lucky I was born after they discovered color, because I thought that meant that the entire world used to be in black and white.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's what technology does, so.
But then years later, I realized, I'm like watching Wizard of Oz, and it goes from black and white to color. I'm like, wait a minute. It just means they discovered how to make color. It's movies. The world was color already. I really thought people lived in black and white. That was my point. So, didn't you think? Come on, tell me something weird you thought. I'm sure you thought something.
Understandable.
My sister thought there was a state. I'm sure a lot of people did, so I'm going to be mentioning many people. My sister thought there was a state called Arkansas, and I said, it's Arkansas. She said, it's Arkansas. I said, it's Arkansas. And then she said, it's Arkansas, Jessica. And I said, okay, so show me Arkansas on the map. And I showed her the map. She goes, shut up, Jessica. Just shut up.
No hard feelings because I said that once or twice when I was a kid, and then but they had to correct me. I was like, Arkansas.
He said Arkansas. Right? Well, when I went to Louisiana with Nickelodeon, they sent us, or Louisiana, sorry. When I went to this place, and I went to Shreveport, and I was like, oh, this is my first time ever in Louisiana. And this woman's all, honey, if you're from Louisiana, you don't say Louisiana. You say Louisiana. Now say it. And so I said it right.
Talk about native.
She was serious. I was like, oh, Louisiana.
Louisiana. No, Louisiana. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well,
I was like, in Louisiana?
Oh, man. Well, that's what native tongues do to you.
That's what? That's what?
What a night.
What, Michael Tiller, what?
Well, Larry, please do stay on the switchboard, but I have another caller who may want to ask Jessica some questions here, so.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll talk to you a little later on, Larry, okay?
All right. There you are.
All right, bye, Larry.
Bye.
Oh, man. Jessica, I tell you what, I don't know exactly what to say about this night. It's just, I think this is going to be historical in the making. But I mean, here we are talking about wild and crazy kids, and then all of a sudden, we talk about all this funny stuff. I mean, you're just one amazing person, Jessica. That's what I got to say about that. So.
I hate silences, so I just keep telling you things. I'm like, and by the way.
I can't say that I blame you about that. But the next caller 7631. You're on Game Show Temple Life. Who am I speaking to?
Ahoy there. This is Anthony Hardy, the captain.
Anthony!
Ahoy there.
Anthony?
Ahoy there,
Anthony.
Michael. Ahoy there, Jessica Gaynes.
Hi.
So nice to hear your voice.
Yours too.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And Jessica, just to throw it out there, I mean, Anthony and I was the one that collaborated on this idea. So,
I know.
About the show.
I know. In North Carolina.
North Carolina, come on and raise up. Yeah.
Camaraderie, what?
Let me tell you, Jessica, when I say this from the bottom of my heart. I say this with 100% sincerity that you are the coolest celebrity that I've ever come across.
Thank you.
Well, Anthony, 2 questions, 10 minutes are yours.
I have the weirdest, because that would be okay with me. But anyway, keep going.
Well,
okay. As Larry pointed out, your most embarrassing moment, which happens to be my all-time favorite Jessica Gaynes moment, was the mustard and ketchup. And one of these days, if you're ever in North Carolina, I'm going to feed you some mustard and ketchup.
I know. You posted that before. I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I did not think that was funny. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, I just meant that I would do it if I had the chance. So I was like, oh.
It's like open wide and say, ah.
Yeah, I know. Boy, did I earn my money on that one, that episode.
Oh, yeah,
right?
No question about it. But anyway, my first question to you is, I've named my all-time favorite Jessica Gaynes moment, my all-time favorite Donnie Jeffco moment, but what I want to know from you is, what are your all-time favorite individual moments from Donnie, Omar, yourself, and Annette?
Okay, individual moments, like things they did?
Things that they did.
That I saw, whether I was in the shot or not, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me think. God, Omar made so many great faces. Like, whether, and then I didn't always watch, if it's a game I'm not in, I confess that I often just fast-forwarded it. So I'd be like, fast forward. Yeah. So then, so sometimes I've seen them over the years when I see things that people posted. There was that one really funny one that you guys posted of Donnie recently, and that was funny. But I thought Omar was really funny, too. I thought they were both, like, really good in it. And then there were some other, God, I mean, I really liked, you know, and then Annette did a lot of cute things, too. So, I mean, she and I were even talking about it, like, we had different experiences, of course, because I was always like, oh, yeah, you know, I told her, like, oh, people always said this to me, and, like, she didn't, I had always these experiences where people were like, you have red hair, that's weird, like, you know, so my experiences were always, like, kind of in her shadow, but I still always appreciated, of course, everything that she did, but in my eyes, she did everything perfectly, so, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I like whether it's your face or Annette's face, you got to have a pretty face to a successful show like Wild and Crazy Kids.
And then Omar makes the best faces, and Donnie does too. But they both have their own unique thing going on, and they had great camaraderie. And like when you watch her, Omar, like especially Omar though, he always impressed me because like he always would do these like faces and these things that were just so well planned out and like really like you know, remember the one where we did the relay race and we're running, not relay race, but it's like the end of the marathon. We're running the marathon in slow motion.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember it all too well.
And then, like, watching later on, because when I did it, I only knew what I was doing, and I still didn't know what I looked like until I saw it in voiceover. And then that's when I saw what they looked like, too. And then, of course, I saw the episode later when it aired. And then it was just really unique and interesting and whatever, like to see each one of our individual reactions. Like I think Donnie, I mean I don't know, I can't speak for Donnie, so Donnie will maybe correct me and say, no, Jessica, mine was very planned out because mine was not planned out, so I was just kind of like going with the flow. But like Omar's really impressed me because it was just like really well thought out and planned out, and I thought, boy, I bet he rehearsed that with his mom because he had this great. His mother's still actively involved in his life like that, in that way, and she's always, you know, she has a great eye for everything, and so he would always run everything by her, and like, you know, she gives her opinion, and my mom would always be like, oh, Omar's mom is a professional singer, because my mom was a professional singer my whole life too, so they had a lot in common about that, and then, you know, they were both like, and then Omar's mom's last name is Wilson, and my mom's last name is Wilson, and so we always both said, maybe we're cousins. For all we know, we truly maybe are, you know, and so, I don't know. But he would always just do these faces that were just really, like, amazing and, like, well planned out and, like, really, like, executed well, and I was always impressed. And then, of course, Donnie's so good looking. Donnie can do anything, and he'll look great. And I would say the same thing about Annette. And then, you know, I was just kind of goofy, and then that was it.
Yeah, like I said, if they had the time, you should have invited your entire Wild and Crazy Kids comrades to make the show even more interesting. But you was enough.
It was enough. I know. I mean, like, what do you mean? Like, to do what? Like, you mean, like, what?
But just having you solo with this interview is good enough for me. Like I said.
To have them all, right. That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. To have, like, a little mini reunion, if you would.
Yeah, I think we should do it. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't. It's got to just be. But see, the hardest thing is getting Omar to commit. That was the problem with what is it? Kamikaze. We couldn't find him. Yeah, we couldn't find Omar at all. And then when we finally found him, because there was some person who was impersonating his manager on IMDb. Did you hear about that?
About what?
So when Devin Whitehead was trying to get in touch with everybody for the kamikaze thing, and then there was some person who is not affiliated with Omar at all who is pretending to be Omar's manager, and so God knows how many people have tried to contact. Like Matthew Klickstein for the book almost missed out on interviewing Omar at all because nobody could get in contact with him because this person has hijacked, or maybe it's not anymore, but at the time had hijacked Omar's IMDb.com contact number and was saying he was his manager, and so the person was then just pushing everybody off and going, but just saying like, yes, I've contacted him and he's going to get back to me on whether or not he can do it or not. But of course, he'd never been contacted. So, I I don't know if much has changed other than you got to call Omar's mom directly because she's his manager, because she's a great manager, and then therefore you can get in contact with Omar, and then we can all have everybody be together on it. I would say that's it would be so much fun because we missed Omar. We missed Omar at Kamikaze. He came too late.
That's a bummer because I think he was the funniest one of all, especially when he did that dart thing. You had to like a Nerf arrow kind of thing. You had to shoot balloons and whatnot.
What did he do? What is it?
It was, I love his reactions. It was the dart thing where you have to shoot Nerf arrows at like these darts and whatnot. It contains like 100 up to 500 and the corresponding sun. And I just love his reactions. And every time he get like, for example, he would get 400, he was like, it is a 400. And
what?
I forgot what the name of the stunt was. I love his reactions of how much the corresponding was with the balloons. We had to like shoot like Nerf arrows at like darts at like balloons with, you know what I mean?
His reactions, yeah.
I love his reactions.
Master of reactions, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a real funny guy, and like I said, it's a bummer with the story that you told that that we could get in contact with him and this, that, and the other.
No, he's findable. I just mean, you know what I mean. I mean, he's still working. He's findable. I just mean with the IMDb thing. That's all. I mean, like you know, once we established that he was not findable through this fake contact, then he was easily findable.
Oh yeah.
It was if you're looking in the wrong direction.
Yeah. With the, I know that they revived Wild and Crazy Kids in 2002, but it wasn't the same. But if they ever do, I would do absolutely anything, and I mean anything, to audition for that show. As the host.
Too.
Yeah. You and I could be co-hosts. You know what I mean? You could be like my mentor. You could be like my mentor if you would.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
I'll be on the show together. I'll play the
you
game.
and me. Oh yeah.
Totally.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, if they do revive the show, I'd be happy to audition. I'll bring my Captain's World Flair with me, my yellow raincoat. I'll bring my Captain's World Flair with me. I'll bring my coat and audition to be as a host, to be for the host.
Of course, yeah. I know, yeah. Totally.
But, yeah.
I agree with you.
But yeah, the generations these days, I know that
I don't have children. I think, God, should I? I don't know. If I ever have children, what do I tell, you know? Yeah, I don't have children. I don't know what these generations are like these days. Do you mean older ones, like teenagers, or you mean children?
Like children, like the younger generation, like around the preteen era, they will probably never know this life and whatnot and how amazing it was.
They're so cynical, yeah, right?
They need to get kids.
They're so digital.
Yeah, tell me about it. They would. It's a high time that they see what the generation that we grew up on is all about. I mean, I say revive Double Dare. I say make new kids game shows, because that's the big thing. Right? The big thing that we're lacking these days is lack of kids game shows. I mean, we've seen a little bit on the now defunct Hub, like
which is it? What is it?
It used to be called the Hub, but now it's National Geographic Kids.
Well, what do you think about this? Do you think Jackass kind of ruined things for a while? I mean, like, it threw it off. It threw it off balance. I don't know. It was like, this is like what do you call it? Like, what's the word? Like, oh, God, what is that word? You know, like, what's that word? I can't think of it. You know, like, on both sides, it's like straddling. Yeah, straddling. That's the word. Straddling the edge of both sides, like, you know, like of like normal, like, you know, kid stuff, and going a little bit too far, and then just like, where do you go with this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It didn't ruin it. I'm just saying it made it even better, but at the same time, where do you go from there?
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
But then you took it to that next level where you're like, well, kids are out.
Tell me about it.
Kids, it's not for you anymore. This is not your... What time capsule? We buried a time capsule for you? Oh, God, you guys believe that?
Yeah, we did.
Right?
And as I remember, that time capsule was moved after Nickelodeon Studios became the studios for the Blue Man Group down there in Orlando. So
was it? They lied to us.
That's what my recollection tells me.
I believe you.
I do absolutely anything to get a time machine and travel back to the 90s and just relive Nickelodeon and the golden age all over again.
Me too.
I'd be happy to participate in all those Wild and Crazy Kid stunts. And
me too. Plus, I'd be younger. I'd have my whole life ahead of me. But also it'd be really fun.
If only there
I'd be like, yeah, start it all over. Let's do it again. Sorry.
If only there was a way to Nickelodeon to survive the show pretty much the way it's supposed to be done, but having us two as hosts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's changed a lot, I guess, right? It has changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people that are running it now are not the people that were running it then. So, I mean,
Time Machine.
Kids, yeah.
Time Machine.
I know, Time Machine, right? Yeah. Somebody was telling me about some movie, Interstellar. Do you know that? I didn't see it. Did you hear about that? You know that probably. You probably were like, yeah, old news. We saw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I remember that movie.
Well, anyway, I heard about it tonight. Something about it was like future travel, but it's because it's like light years ahead. And I was like, that's time travel. That's still time travel. So that's what I meant. Like the Time Machine. Did you read that book?
Oh,
I don't know.
The Time Machine, but wasn't H.G. Wells the author of that?
H.G. Wells.
Yeah, I think I read that once before.
Yeah, that was a good book.
It certainly
really good
was.
Book.
So I can concur with that. So
remember, Choose Your Own Adventure.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Choose Your Own Adventure books.
I don't think I've heard of that one, to tell you the honest truth.
Anthony remembers that, right?
That I don't remember.
You don't? Wow. That must be my generation, a couple years older than you guys. You don't remember that? There were these, really? Choose Your Own Adventure. They were horrible.
Don't ring a bell.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. So, I certainly hate to be the bearer of bad news about that, Jessica. So
that's all right. Remember Pinwheel?
Oh yeah, I do.
Pinwheel spinning around. Look at my pinwheel and see what I found.
I remember that one all too well.
And remember the little people that go. You remember that? I loved them.
I knew there was a sense of humor in you, Jessica.
I loved them. They were so funny.
Certainly. I'm speechless right now about this. This is. Oh man. Oh goodness.
They look like Kiki and Lala from Sanrio, but they were not Kiki and Lala.
Mhm.
You're like Sanrio. I don't know what that is. Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty. I went to the Hello Kitty convention.
Oh man. You
like,
want to know
I
something?
Didn't.
If they ever have a Nickelodeon convention in Atlanta, I will definitely try and be there myself.
You will, Michael. I will be there too. I've never been. Oh yeah. Are you near Atlanta?
Well, I live in the outskirts of Atlanta, so.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, many
I'm
nice
close.
things
Don't
about
get
it.
me wrong. So.
I don't get you wrong.
Oh yeah.
I get you right.
So, yeah. You know what? I think maybe I should just bring everybody back in, and then we could just have a all one out funny night. How about that?
Okay, and we can all talk at the same time.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, while I'm doing that, there's a person in the chat room who was actually curious about something. Jessica, according to this person, he's heard that Woody Frazier wasn't afraid to swear. Is that true?
Wasn't afraid to swim? I never saw the man swim. Was there some rumor that he's afraid to swim? Because I did never see him swim. I thought his son swam. Could you hear me?
I meant where? As in
where?
As in curse, I think that's what he meant. So, but
he meant where?
Wow.
What?
I beg your pardon?
What are you saying?
This is what the user is saying. If I've heard that Woody Frazier wasn't afraid to swear. Is this true?
Swear. Swim. I thought you said swim.
It's okay, Jessica. It's okay.
Yeah, the director would swear. One time I cried because I had said, "Where's my brush?" And then it was like in between. We weren't filming it, and whatever. I wanted to brush my hair, and then the director screamed like, "Tell her to forget her brush!" And then I was like, "Oh!" And then like my eyes filled with tears, and I was like, because I was 15, and like my feelings were hurt, and I was like, "Oh, suck it up." I'm just saying to myself, "Suck it up," like, whatever. My feelings were hurt, but that's why actors say they never want to work. Adult actors never want to work with animals or children.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh. Goodness me.
That's an old saying.
Yeah.
I learned it from my parents.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My parents always say, you know what actors say? Actors say they never want to do work, meaning like with TV, theater, whatever, you never want to work with animals or children. Like when you do, my dad was on the road with Annie for 2.5 years, the Broadway touring company, and he's working with animals and children. Meaning animals, one dog, Sandy, and kids,
Exactly.
And he said one time they did an episode and the dog was very sick and the dog died the next day, and so they had to do this. Not episode, I mean performance of the show. And then they did the performance and the dog was dying, and they still had to pull the dog out of the box. Like meaning the dog was sick and the dog wound up dying the next day. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Awful. But the show must go on, so they pulled that dog out of the box.
That's right. So one thing I want to bring up is when you were talking about Omar with his funny faces, there was this one particular time when I think it was a game that you were giving commentary on. They were shooting water balloons at block walls, and Omar thought he had blocked shots, but then 2 blocks fell next to him, and he gives his face to the camera like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Was that at the beach?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I don't remember the face, but I believe it. I'd have to look it up, but yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's like every time I see it, I'm like,
I know.
Are you freaking kidding me?
He never ceased to entertain me, I would have to say.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can only see nice things. Like, I'm like, oh, God, he's so entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And also back to what you were saying earlier about living in black and white. I used to think that, too, not because of The Wizard of Oz, but because television used to be black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
So I'm like, wait a minute, did we live in black and white before color TV?
You thought that, yeah.
At least on
like,
TV.
I did.
Yeah, but this is, you're saying this, who is speaking is Anthony. No.
Yeah,
who is this?
No, this is Brian.
Brian. Brian. Okay. So, Michael, you never thought that?
Yeah, I don't quite remember off the top of my head, but
you probably never did.
When I looked back in history, I was like, wait a minute, we lived in the era of black and white? Are you kidding me?
No, you were always watching movies and like old movies in black and white. I thought, oh, that's how the world used to look.
Oh,
and
I kind of remember that. Even as I was watching the Andy Griffith show back when I was taking U.S. history, when they were talking about the Emancipation Proclamation episode. Oh, it was a proclamation of emancipation. That's what it's all about, or something like that. That was a pretty good episode to say the least. But wow, it's just I don't know exactly how to say it. It's just unbelievable. So, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
I remember seeing this documentary where they had colorized all the film from World War II, and my grandfather was in World War II, but, I mean, like, we didn't have, of course, there's no footage from where he was at, but meaning, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, my God, I just did something, but it's all right. I just dropped something over the side of my balcony, but it was nothing important.
No.
Okay.
But anyway, wait till I tell my friends. But, it could have been my phone, but it wasn't. And so...
Oh, thank God it wasn't.
Thank God. And so you'd hear like, ah. And so,
oh, my head.
Oh, boy.
But I just really was like shocked when they colorized it and I watched it. It was like, oh, it looks so real. It's like you realize when you see a colorized film that it's not any different. Like it seems so long ago when it's colorized, and when you see it with color added, you realize it's just the same thing. And 50 years is, of course, not very long ago at all, but when you're a little kid, it is. And then it's like ages ago. Yeah, and then...
like vintage.
So, and my mom kept saying, like, this is... my mom kept saying, this is when... Sorry! I'm trying to say my... I'm trying to say my mom... You next. My mom kept saying, like, my mom kept saying, like, this is when they discovered, they discovered color while making this movie, Wizard of Oz. She kept saying that. So I'm like, the world was black and white, and while they were filming it, they just decided not to redo the take, and they're like, just keep it while it changed color. That's what I thought she meant.
Oh, goodness. And, it was so interesting on how technology was actually starting to boom around the time of The Wizard of Oz. Half black and white, and then, wait a second. No, I think my math's off. The only black and white scenes, or sepia tone, however it is, only the Kansas scenes were in that, and then you get full color in the Land of Oz. So
yeah, they did it on purpose.
Yeah, they did do it on purpose, yeah.
But the way she phrased it made me think they discovered it while they were filming, and they're like, just keep it. Let's just not redo the scene. It's just a waste of money,
That's regard short.
Nobody will notice. Just leave it alone.
But in any case, Jessica, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody who's listening in as well as the people who are on the switchboard as well. I think it was really fun to see you get back at Omar and Donnie for the practical jokes, especially that embarrassing ketchup and mustard quick draw, whatever. What was your favorite practical joke to get them back with?
Well, the milk was pretty funny, but I didn't win that much.
Stampede!
Oh, no.
Sorry, I couldn't help that, Jessica. I'm sorry for interrupting you there.
What did you say when I said it?
Stampede.
Yeah, when you said, like, stampede, right, with the milk, yeah. That was funny. Like the one with the water trick when I thought I was going to trick them. Wait, hold on. I have to tell my friend something. I accidentally threw the lighter over the balcony. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm at the ocean, and it's beautiful.
Wow.
Did you see my photo today?
I did see your photo. Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty.
She's in Cabo San Lucas right now.
What?
Just reminding everybody that you're in Cabo San Lucas right now.
Yeah, today I went in El Mar de Cortés, in the Cortés Beach.
Ooh. How exotic.
Yeah.
I'm jealous
cool.
again.
No, it was fun. It was really nice. And it's right where remember the Popeye movie from the 80s with Robin Williams?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember that end scene where they film it around that rock in the ocean? That's the arc right there in Cabo San Lucas.
Oh, son of a gun.
Whoa. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my favorite, the Stampede. I thought it was great when I got, they're set up, so it doesn't count. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like not even the one where they dropped the water on me. I knew that was going to happen, of course, but like, boy, that was a really that was like, Remember that? That's like me trying to get them back, but then I didn't successfully get them back. But then the one that was not set up
into the water tank, but then all of a sudden when you hit that button, splash.
Yeah, I mean that had I knew that was going to happen. That's my point. But then when I played the other game, what's the game with the eggs when you smash and I got all 3? That was my private
I remember that one.
You
Egg
don't?
roulette or something like that?
It was with the hard-boiled eggs and you spin them?
I do.
Yeah, that's right. And then you have you spin them and then you have to figure
I'm
which
the only one that got
hard-boiled.
all 3. I got all 3. I knew all ones, and you have to crack them on each other's heads. And that was the best because Donnie picked his own eggs. I picked my own eggs. I was the only one that got all 3 hard-boiled eggs, so then I win. And the reason I won was because we had pet chickens, so I knew the difference between hard-boiled eggs and raw eggs.
Really?
That's why. But then, but they didn't know that. That just happened to be the truth about my life. And then we had we had pet chickens, and we lived in Reseda, San Fernando Valley, California. And then so Donnie picked 2 raw eggs, and then I had to break the eggs he chose on his head, and he got 2 raw eggs. So that was pretty. I just remember being really proud of myself that every time he hit me with the egg, it was boiled because I knew the difference.
Mm.
That was all.
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah. If you watch that game, you see me do this victorious thing at the very end where I put my arms up. I was like, yeah. I was so happy. I went to sleep that night. I think I wrote in my diary. I'm like, today I guessed all the hard-boiled eggs because I have chicken. Yeah,
speaking of Wild and Crazy Kids, we were talking about Orlando not too long ago. You, Jessica, said that you recently gone to Orlando for the first time, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
I figured maybe that Wild and Crazy Kids have been to Orlando at least once, unless they've done the show when Annette was on the show.
Wait, say it again. No, they never went to Florida. They never did.
Oh, wow.
Funny.
That's surprising.
Really?
Yeah, they never did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
goodness. That's the first time I've heard that.
Every day. Learn something new every day.
Yes, sir, Anthony.
You thought they did? No, we never did. Florida was not a place that we did that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I went there for the first time this year. It was really fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go there.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
If you makes you feel any better, I've never been myself. I want to go so bad, but I never got the chance. I figured, like I said, maybe you've gone there at
I went
any
there.
time after. Yeah, at
but
any time.
We didn't go there before, though. Yeah. Yeah, they mainly because it was like a Burbank production company, so we mainly did shows in California, and sometimes we went out of state, but not that often. It was Nickelodeon. They wanted to save money.
That's true.
That makes
like
sense.
Double Dare.
And just
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, just like Double Dare. I mean,
Jessica,
they pick. Yeah, I'm saying they pick a location, they stay there to save the most money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what I was getting ready to say, Jessica, is that I've been to Orlando a number of times, mainly for Disney World or anything like that, but I have been to Universal Studios, which is where Nickelodeon Studios was, because as I mentioned, the Blue Man Group actually took over the studios after Nickelodeon transferred to California, and unfortunately the time I went to Universal Studios was after the transition, so that definitely says a lot right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is very different. I mean, I went to the park. Are you talking about the park, right?
Yes, I am talking about the park of Universal Studios.
Yeah, I went there for the first time this year. Yeah, it was fun, but it was, I don't know what it was like before. But I heard there's like a Nickelodeon tourist hotel thing. I'm sure it's silly, but
there is. There's in Florida somewhere. I don't know if it's in Orlando or where, but it's a resort.
Oh yeah, it's Florida.
Hotel.
It's Orlando.
Oh, it is.
It's Orlando. Yeah. And then I went to the Nickelodeon one in Minnesota. The little silly park in the mall.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, is that the Mall of America?
Yes.
Oh man.
That's the one in Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's Minnesota. Yeah, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah. That's right.
Excuse me.
Minneapolis. I hear it's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You're spot on.
Oh, you hear it's in Minnesota?
What?
Is it true?
It's true. It's in Minnesota.
Oh, goodness. This is... I tell you what. This night is turning out to be amazing, to say the least. This is... Wow. I just wish we had more callers. I mean, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to talk to Jessica, but I guess... I don't know what's happened.
I don't even care who wants to talk to me or not. I'm always like, I'll just tell you everything I think about myself, and then you'll know it all, and then I'll be really happy.
Yeah.
Like, at one time I did this, one time I did that. I always just wanted to be understood.
Mhm. I can understand that.
Whoa.
Right?
Might be in the same shoes.
Exactly.
Too weird for me. Just wants to be understood.
Mm-hmm.
But really?
Yeah.
Over my head.
Yeah. Yeah, but really, yeah.
Yeah, but really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
seriously, though. Yeah.
I think we should all get together and play one of the most silliest games just for one time in like some city, and I think we should play paint by number, body paint by number.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely something. Or any game from any era from Wild and Crazy
Paint
Kids.
by number, body paint by number was pretty funny. And like some people get it on like the elbows, some people get it on the butt, some people get it on the head, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too bad they couldn't put the sponges on their feet. But then again, I mean, if the sponges were on the feet, then you'd probably lose a lot of paint by then. So.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that? But did you see the one from Washington D.C. what those little kids did?
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
They were they threw their entire bodies in it. They were like writhing in the paint. They were like out of control. And like we were laughing so hard when we did the voiceovers. They were like these kids are the most into it of any kids that's ever been into it. You know, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is certainly amazing. And then, actually, speaking of paint, Jessica, it's my understanding that you like to do a lot of art in your spare time. I mean, I've seen on your Facebook that you've done different sorts of drawings and everything like that. And I guess you were inspired when you were going to school. I think that's what you were talking about just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Is that not true?
Yeah, when I went to the Waldorf school, yeah.
Mm.
And then, I don't know because my mother doesn't tell me, but my theory is maybe she sent me there because I had Asperger-like tendencies, but I don't know because she won't really admit that.
It could be.
I'm always
you have Asperger-like tendencies?
Yeah, because they sent me to that thing I was telling you about, that class where I learned with the cars, and they were showing me about how to interact with people socially. You know,
that's
like,
right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I never got like a full-on explanation. So I was telling you earlier, I ordered if I had or whatever, if I have or whatever, I certainly deal with it well enough, and then at the same time, in my own way, and I'm certainly not a typical person, so I don't know. But then that's probably because my parents are actors, and they're very strange, so.
Mm.
In a very good way.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's unbelievable. All of a sudden,
actors are weird, right? You know that, right? Theater actors.
Well, they are
themselves. Weird people.
Well, I've heard that.
They're in a weird, good way. I'm just saying, they're very eccentric people, so.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, these are my parents.
They are who they are. And then there's you, Jessica. You are who you are. And then I'm Michael Tiller. I am who I am. Then there's Brian Schwartz. He is who he is. And then there's Larry Newell. He is who he is. Anthony Hardy. He is who he is. And everybody is listening. They are who they are. So.
Yeah. Let me see how to say that in Spanish really quick before we get off. How do you say we are who we are? Like nosotros estamos. What? Oh, somos los que somos. Yeah. I was going to say it differently, but okay. I trust you. Yeah. All right, so that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And
there you go.
Yeah.
North Carolina, Georgia. Hey. Okay, what? Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
If Jessica was talking about those states, then let's see. She's California, and I'm Georgia, and Brian's Pennsylvania,
North Carolina.
and then North Carolina. And remind us, Larry, you're in what state?
Right.
Brian is what state?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, right. And then Ryan is what state? Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Brian's Pennsylvania, yeah.
And Ryan?
No,
there is no
Larry.
Not Ryan.
Larry is Missouri.
Yep, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Or
Right.
Missouri.
Yeah, no.
Missouri. Sorry, Missouri.
Yeah, the Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, the Missouri.
Missouri.
It's
not Missouri. I think Louisiana, Missouri. No, it's Missouri.
Yeah,
Louisiana.
Everybody has their own native way of saying the states. Okay, that's
I know. My grandfather used to say. My grandfather from Illinois, he would say, "I'm calling here from Southern California."
Yeah.
Some people here in North Carolina say North Kakalaki.
No, they don't. They really do. That's ridiculous. My grandfather went to Hawaii too. He was like, "We're calling from Hawaii."
Yeah.
That's what he said.
I've heard that too.
And then he's like, "Here we are in Mexico." He said that too.
Ooh. I've heard Mexico.
My grandfather was really into
before,
pronunciations. He would say Sunny California.
Yeah.
He was from Illinois. My mom would say,
goodness.
but it's really not. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's a question. What did Tennessee? Same thing Arkansas.
What? What did what?
What did Tennessee? Same thing Arkansas.
What did Tennessee what?
It's a play on words. What did Tennessee, the state Tennessee, same as Arkansas?
What did Tennessee same what?
Same
Why
as
don't I get
the
that?
answer. The answer is
the
same
answer?
as Arkansas.
What? Why don't I get that? Why don't I get that? I really don't get that.
Oh, I'm
What's the
sorry.
Tennessee? I know, I do.
Same as
Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boy, that
goodness.
girl's stupid. Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody's
no.
stupid. They're just different.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, true. So
that's true.
yeah.
What?
But I'm sorry.
But actually, well, anyway. So what did Tennessee?
Same as Arkansas.
What did Tennessee same as Arkansas?
Yeah. No, the question is, what did Tennessee? The answer is same as Arkansas.
What did Tennessee?
Oh, what's in Tennessee? Same as Arkansas?
No.
Oh, duh.
No. What did
That's
Tennessee?
funny.
Yeah, thank you.
What's in Tennessee? Same as Arkansas. Okay, that's funny. I get that one.
Thank you.
Now I get it.
Good one. Good one. I heard this comedian, this woman, on this radio show in Los Angeles, and she was saying she wrote some book. I don't know if she really did or not, but this was maybe her routine. I don't know. So she wants to write a book about like going to all the states, the 50 states, not the 52 states, but the 50 states. And then, because some people think there are 52, and I'm always like, what are they? Guam, Puerto Rico, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you're like, yeah.
True.
Well, let's gloss over that because a lot of people do think there are 52 states. So, and my sister's one of them. No, that's a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, I'm not done. Okay, so then this woman said, my sister doesn't think that. She did when she was little, but that's a long time ago. And then, so she said, like, the woman was like, oh, when I get for the whole chapter, there'll be a chapter for every state. When I get to North Dakota, right, it'll just be blank. And then at the end of that, it'll just say, that was North Dakota.
Oh, my God. It's true. I mean, what is in North Dakota?
There's nothing going on, right? Yeah. You see that? That was North Dakota. Did you read that?
Yeah.
That's what's in North Dakota. Skip that.
That's good. That's good.
But I'm taking it from her, so that was her routine. But anyway, but it was true. It's kind of true.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of true. I think the entire United States is very interesting, and the rest of the world is too.
It's true,
definitely. That's definitely for sure. Oh, by the way, I happen to have a question myself, Jessica. I know you weren't the co-host at the time the Wild and Crazy Kids did the wacky roller coaster spell over there at Magic Mountain. And did you ever get to see that stunt?
Happening live? No, but I mean I saw it on the show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And now, I know that they revived Colossus as Twisted Colossus, and I actually posted this on my Facebook before, that I wouldn't suggest Wacky Roller Coaster Spell on that sort of Colossus because, well, let's face it, there's a portion that actually goes upside down for just at least a couple seconds, but it's just enough to actually
Colossus?
empty all the cups, so I wouldn't suggest that one. Do you happen to know a roller coaster anywhere in the United States that would be applicable for the Wacky Roller Coaster Spell if they do that again?
Where it doesn't go upside down? Oh my god. I mean, there's lots, but Colossus does not go upside down, you guys.
Yeah, the wooden roller coasters nowadays, they make the loop-de-loops.
No, but the one in Magic Mountain at Six Flags did not go upside down. Revolution did. I mean, yeah. I mean, and then there's God, I wonder if they still have the one remember the one at Coney Island in New York that used to run? I don't know if it still runs. It's the original Cyclone.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I've seen pictures.
I don't know if it still runs. That's a fun one. Yeah, that's a fun one. What about Viper?
Look it up real fast.
Yeah. I mean, Magic Mountain by me has a lot of good rides. I like them. But they're kind of scary. You get anxiety right before you go on them, but then you go on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're going up.
Yeah.
Right before the first drop.
Oh, like Vipers. Oh, and what's the other one? The orange one that's at the Goliath.
Goliath,
at
yeah.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
I've never been. I'm sorry.
You haven't been on it, you said?
No. I've never been to Magic Mountain.
Really? Oh, but it's like Six Flags. It's Six Flags. You haven't been to a Six Flags?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know Six Flags over Georgia at my state.
Yeah, I'm really missing out.
You are missing out. Then when I went to Orlando, there was this part in Orlando with the Universal Studios thing, way better than LA. I'm sorry, no offense. I'm sorry, but the Universal by my house in Los Angeles, which I can walk to in walking distance, it's really not that good. It is just a few rides, but the one in Orlando was amazing.
It is. And it still is.
It was so great. It was so good. Like, there was the Harry Potter thing. I loved it. And then you could take the train over, but it was not working that day. But it didn't matter because I could look at the general feel for it, and I was like, I'll be back, and I'll take it again.
Yeah.
But
now, I forgot to
I hate to stop you right there, but but to answer your question, if the Cyclone is still operational, despite the fact that the park has been through a couple closings and everything, it is still operational. The Coney Island Cyclone is still operational.
They just reopened it, right?
I think so. I mean, so let's see. Current use.
I mean, in the entire country, like you mean things that won't tip over while you're doing it? I mean, no, Vipers will tip over. Goliath, it'll tip over. You need a mild roller coaster. You're talking about something very mild-mannered. Right?
Yeah.
Like Gold Rusher. Look up Gold Rusher. That's a really mild-mannered ride.
Yeah.
That ride is it's like it's for little kids. It's almost for little kids, but what about?
Go to Cedar Point.
There's this thing. Los Angeles Times has this thing right now where they're like let you sign up for this thing, and they'll like tell you about all the roller coasters across the country. There's some guy that rides for them, like a rider, and he like goes across the country and goes on the rides and like tells you about the parks and the rides with the good rides. You know, like not even just the parks with the good rides, something about all the parks. You know, Los Angeles Times.
Good job.
I just plugged them, and I don't even like them that much, but I plugged them. I love them. I like them. I do, but it's Los Angeles, so I'm. If you live in Los Angeles, okay, what's it like in the city you live in? If you live in Los Angeles, you like it in the love-hate way.
Kind of the same thing with me. Kind kind of like the same thing with me in Philadelphia. You know, like I've been here all my life, and it seems like just about every major city I go to is like, oh, this is like Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia's a cool old city. Really, that's what they say?
Mm-hmm.
I think Philadelphia is older and cooler than most places.
Yeah, it is a really nice place to be. But it seems like for a tourist, it seems to be like a better spot. At least that's just in my opinion. Probably just because I've lived here for 33 years.
Yeah. No, I liked Philadelphia a lot. We went to Independence Hall. I stood in that little square where it said John F. Kennedy stood once.
Oh, yeah. Did you get to go to the art museum?
No, is that in Philadelphia? We didn't do that. No.
Yeah, where Rocky runs up and down.
Where the what?
Where Rocky Balboa runs up and down.
No.
Yeah, I'll have to take you there the next time you're in Philadelphia.
What? That's right in the heart of Philadelphia?
Yeah, it is. It's in Center City.
Yeah, no, I didn't go there.
Mm-hmm.
So are people always running up and down it every day?
Yes, every day, every minute.
No, really. People are taking pictures of people running up and down. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And they're doing like the whole fist pump when they get to the top.
Yeah. And what's the music? Like, da-na-na. Is that the music?
Da-na-da, da-na-da.
Yeah. Da-na-da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na.
Yeah, something like that.
Guys,
that's exactly what it is.
Guys, I hate to cut you all off, but we happen to have another caller.
Okay, bring him in.
Well, let's see who's about to join the fun here. Caller 4038. You're on Game Show Temple Life. Who's this?
This is David.
What?
David?
David.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, I'm just his friend.
What's the question?
Wow. Someone who... Well, welcome, David. It's nice to have
how
you
you guys
aboard.
doing?
What's the question?
I'm just his good Facebook friend.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
How you doing, Jess?
Good, how are you?
I just want to say I hope you're enjoying Cabo San Lucas very well.
I am. It's really nice. It's nice.
I just have one question.
Yep.
What was your favorite balloon game on Wild and Crazy Kids?
Oh, my favorite balloon game. Hold on. Well, I like the one where we jumped up and down with the moon shoes and popped the balloons and it put the shaving cream on our heads. You know, remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that
was
very
that
difficult.
one.
Yeah. And I wasn't very good at that, but I tried. And then balloons. There was the other one with the balloons. There was this one game. I don't think I've ever seen it on YouTube, you know, because my parents didn't know where they put all the episodes. But there was this game where they threw. I've truly never seen it on YouTube so far, so it's like a lost episode so far. But I know it aired.
I know I posted a lot of YouTube videos on your channel. So.
You might have it, and maybe I just missed it. But it was this game where the kids, the production company for the producers were the PAs, the production assistants. They built this platform made out of wood, and then it had 2 levels. And then during the game,
it wouldn't be the rodeo. It wouldn't be the rodeo one, would it?
No, because the rodeo, I don't think so. I'm not positive, but the rodeo I think is Utah. And then this was this game where they filled the balloons up, I think with water, but then they had to toss them up to the second level, this tier of this wooden platform that they had built. And I was stationed at the top, and I had to catch the balloons and put them into a bucket. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But then I've never seen it on YouTube. I just haven't. So, I
haven't seen it either. And
I had this weird outfit on. They put this weird outfit on me. That's how I remember especially the outfit. It was like this one piece.
And the only balloon game I remember is the Raging Waters one, and you weren't involved with it. So.
Oh, with the balloons? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
want to say you've been an awesome friend to me, and you've been so
I'm glad
cool
you're
to
my
me.
friend too.
Yeah.
Facebook is the best.
I said, you're the best. I said, it's just like hitting me like a ton of bricks. Like my 90s kid is freaking out in me. Like I'm friends with Jessica Gaynes. And I just wanted to call and say that.
Thank you. My wishes come true. I was always like, these kids are going to grow up and I'm going to hear from them.
I said, they need the games back. That's what Nickelodeon's missing the most is these games and what I grew up on. And I said, these kids are lost without them. I
know.
Yeah,
it's kid nature. Yeah. It's human kid nature to make up games and play games. That's just what kids do.
Yeah. I said, and that's what we grew up on. I said, I know I tried doing it in my backyard. I said, I won't be ashamed to admit it. I tried a bunch of them in my backyard.
It's so fun. Yeah. I did before I ever did Wild and Crazy Kids, I played all those, I mean, not all those games, but what I mean is I played my own versions of games. You know, like I had Let's Get Dizzy. That's a game I made up. Let's Get Dizzy. And then you have to, like, spin around. I would make up the name for games, too. I'm like, let's play Let's Get Dizzy.
I just had to call and say thank you for being an awesome friend.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for being my friend.
And I said, you're my friend. I said, you'll be probably the day I die. It's the coolest thing I've ever been a part of. So
we are friends. I agree.
Yeah, definitely, buddy. I just wanted to call and say thank you for everything. So.
Oh, thank you. That was so nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Appreciate your time, David.
Thank you, Jessica, for everything.
Thank you.
And I'll talk to you tomorrow on Facebook.
Definitely, for sure.
You bet.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
You're welcome, David.
Well, it's bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
And guess what? There's another caller.
Okay.
All right.
Another one. Just 1 second.
Amen.
Okay, let's see who this one is. Caller 6988. You're on Game Show Temple Live. Who's this?
Hello, everybody. It's Philip Cousin.
Philip!
I took it off my ear. I missed the introduction. Say it again.
Philip. His name's Philip.
Oh.
Okay, Philip. Hello, Philip.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Oh, almost forgot about the show and then called in at the right time.
I did. It was a last-minute thing.
I want to hear it.
In any case, what kind of question have you for Jessica?
Gosh.
Hold on, you guys. I'm plugging my phone in. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay, there.
Okay.
I did it. Okay.
Really fast. So. All right, Case. Go ahead, Philip.
What would you say was the best part about being part of Wild and Crazy Kids?
Oh, well, I mean, the best part? That's such a tough question. The best part? I mean, everything. That's my answer.
Yeah, it's hard to really just name one if you think about it.
Yeah, all of it.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a fan of the show for many years. I used to watch it almost every night.
I mean, it was like the best experience, you know, like in every way. Like I'd never been on a plane before. I got to play all these crazy games and be myself, and like, you know, my sister got to be in the games, and I got to laugh at her, and like, you know, like.
I know, I definitely loved your enthusiasm.
Right.
I think that's one thing people noticed about Wild and Crazy Kids as well. I mean, even though Annette Chavez was a pretty good co-host, I mean, Jessica, I'd say that you brought a younger sense of style into it because you were able to communicate with the kids because you were pretty close to their age level, and you had a lot of enthusiasm. And even though Annette was pretty good, I didn't see the same level of enthusiasm as you shared. So,
well, she was older than I was. Yeah. She's just, well, you know, I was always envious of how cool she is. She's really cool. Like, you know, she's an attractive, cool woman, you know. And then I even told her that when we went to the kamikaze thing, I told her all that. And I was like, I was like the goofy 14-year-old, like, you know, that, like, you know, I grew up, I was like, well, you know, but it's still, that doesn't matter. That's who I was, but I'm just saying. So, but then, you know, and then everybody, like, if you, I'm telling you, if you talk to my childhood friends, not that you ever will, but if you ever meet them, they'll tell you, oh, yeah, that show was perfect for her because it was exactly who she was. Even though I never thought of a thing about pools and sharks, I still thought of my own games, like Let's Get Dizzy. And then I had a game called Live or Die. And, you know, it was perfect. Like, I would name my games.
Live or Die.
Live or Die was that you throw a ball over a net or an imaginary net if you don't have one, right? And then you have a demarcation line or whatever. And then if it makes it over and you catch it, you live. So you get a point. And if you don't, you get a negative point because you die. So it's Live or Die.
Oh my gosh,
that's creative.
Oh man,
that's very creative.
Oh my God, you did! Oh my God, you died. You counted it all up at the end. Like, let's play Live or Die.
What about you?
That's pretty cool.
Game? Wait, and my sister and I had this game called the Apple Juice Fight. Right?
Apple Juice Fight. Apple Juice Fight.
Yeah. This is how it started. It started because we were little kids, and then she's 4 years younger than me, and I was like 10, so she was like 6 or whatever, and my mom set us down in the summertime to eat lunch at the table in the kitchen, and then we were drinking apple juice, and she took too much into her mouth, and she couldn't hold it all in, so her mouth looked all, like big and like weird and deformed, holding all this extra apple juice in, and then I started to laugh at her, and she spit it all out because she realized how stupid she looked, and we were like, that was fun. Let's do it again, right? So then we went and filled up our glasses with apple juice, and we started doing it at the table, and my mom's like, you're making a mess. So we went outside to the backyard, right? And then we kept going through all this apple juice, and it was unfiltered apple juice, which is expensive, okay? It was not the filtered apple juice. It was like the organic, unfiltered apple juice, right? And then we were like, we need more apple juice for our apple juice fight. And then one day my dad came out and said, you know what? Can you please just start using water because we cannot afford this.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it.
Oh man, I'm loving
Sounds like
it
you're
too.
all having a ball.
So that was apple juice fight.
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, fine, but we're still going to call it the apple juice fight because we didn't want to change the name of the game.
The AJS. Exactly.
We had to agree. We're like, no, we can't because we need apple juice. It's called the apple juice fight. He's like, please. We're like, okay, but it's still called the apple juice fight. We had to agree on that.
Exactly.
This is really amazing. I mean, here's something. Now, Jessica, another question. Okay, let me slow down here a little bit because this laughing is just about taking my breath away.
We had another game called Let's Laugh. We really did.
Absolutely. Well, one particular question I think that is probably that should probably be asked. Have you seen Nickelodeon's reattempts to actually try and bring back game shows? Like Brain Surge and the remake of Figure It Out. Have you seen those yet?
No, I haven't. Tell me about them.
Oh boy.
Oh,
and are they still on the air? I don't really remember off the top of my head.
Brain Surge is not. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Brain Surge is not, and Figure It Out.
Brain Surgeon or Great Brain Surgeon or Great Surgeon?
Brain Surge.
Brain Surge.
It's just
it sounds
Brain
familiar,
Surge.
but I definitely did not see it.
None of the kids' game shows are on the air these days, unfortunately.
No.
None of the kids what?
None of the kids'
game shows there aren't anymore pretty much these days.
They're lazy.
I think the more decent attempt to actually recreate a classic game show was definitely Double Dare 2000 in my book. So
right, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I did see them. I mean, I guess I saw that. For years Nickelodeon was off, like not allowed to play in my house. Like my parents, because I said this before, but I said it at Kamikaze, but it really is true. Like because I was going through my angst of finding myself as a young adult, and so like when my mom would always like put on the episodes, and I would hear it playing, and I would be like, turn it off, turn it off. So, like, nobody was allowed to play the episodes that I was in, so I would just never turn Nickelodeon on because I was always, like, afraid. Like, I remember one time, like, when I had my first boyfriend, and I was, like, 20, I guess. Maybe I was 19, and then we were sitting there watching TV, and then he just flips through Nickelodeon, he stops for a second, he's watching it, and I realized it's my show, and there I am, right? And then I was just, like, in this deadpan voice, I went, that's me. It was like, what? I was like, that's me. Because I never told him I did it.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, what? I was like, that's me. He was like, what?
Oh, this just keeps getting better by the minute, doesn't it?
You bet. You sure surprised him.
Right? Yeah.
I speak for everybody when I say this, but if me, Brian, and everybody else here were born a few years earlier, maybe we could have participated in said game shows,
yeah.
etc.
In the heartbeat.
Exactly.
It was so fun, I know.
I have to say, you lived out my dream of being a game show host at a young age.
Thank you. I know. It was amazing to me too. I know. Really, it really was. Though. I mean, I agree. I agree with you 100%, and I thank you for saying that because it's like, wow. I mean, I think about that. You know, of course. I'm like, my dad would always be like, you know, he was always like telling me like, oh, this is wow, and I was like, at the time I was so serious. I was like, yes, you know. But then in my head I'm thinking, yeah, but I love playing games, but I didn't make a big deal about that. And then later on as I get older and I'm like analyzing myself, I'm realizing like, yeah, this is perfect for me. No wonder, you know.
That's definitely something. So.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Whereas,
so we could. Okay, I think the next place to go is potluck church picnic game. You know, I mean, like that's where it all started, right? You know, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the one where you tie the legs together and you run. What are those called?
Oh yeah, the three-legged race.
The three-legged relay.
Right. It'll be like the church potluck, whatever, and then everyone's all playing it. Yeah.
Capture the flag, all that stuff.
That was elementary school, but yeah.
Water balloons.
My all-time favorite.
Tug of war.
My all-time favorite game was the Simon Says. You weren't on the show, and that was, but the Simon Says with the no hesitation rule with the out of my game.
I didn't even know that.
Thank you for playing it.
Yeah.
It was. That sounds like a tough game.
Yeah, it was like the world's biggest Simon Says game.
I do remember that. I do remember seeing it.
I'm thinking of the red light one too.
I remember that. I was not even. I was watching the show the first year that it came on before I did it, and I do remember watching that.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
and then later on, I was like, thank God they didn't pick me for the rap episode because I could not have done that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, the rap episode. The level 3.
Like, boy,
level 3
that wouldn't have worked for me. Thank God. I would not have been able to pull that
ladies
off.
and gentlemen, we're starting to run a little short on time here. But if there's one of my favorite games from Wild and Crazy Kids, even though Jessica hosted on this episode, but it was Donnie who actually hosted this particular game. It was actually the remote control. It was the remote control truck on the beach. You have to try and blow up that remote control car. Remember that guy?
Yes.
Oh,
somebody you guys shared that recently with me, and I hadn't seen it in years. Where I sit on the
plunger, and then all of a sudden, boom!
Yeah.
Omar and Donnie's remote control cars explode, and then all of a sudden Jessica goes, "Oops!"
Oops! Yeah.
Jessica, that was probably one of the most interesting ways of getting it back.
Yeah. I had forgotten about that one, but then after I watched it the first time, I'm all, I don't remember this at all, and then I watched it again, I'm all, wait a minute, yeah, I do remember this. I remember this. And like, it's weird how the brain works, but yeah, I totally remember it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
I even remember their angry responses when they came running toward me, and I went, ah! You know, like.
Yeah, and actually I remember screaming to the screen, Jessica, you want some advice from me? Run.
I know, right?
Exactly. Oh, man.
I started to, how snotty was that? Oops.
It was really, let's just say it was extremely sinister, if we could put it plainly like that.
I would call it snotty, but yeah, you're right, sinister. It was tricky.
Yeah. Case, we're actually starting to run a little short on time here, so we have to get going in just a couple seconds. But everyone who called in, Brian, Anthony, and Larry, and David, and everybody else, I appreciate that. And Jessica, you really did make this show very worthwhile.
Thank you for having me. That was so much fun. We're all talking together. That's me doing it. I'm all talking over you. But yes, thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
It's our pleasure.
Welcome.
It's our pleasure.
And
ladies and gentlemen, everybody listening in, thank you very much for listening in to this one-night episode of Game Show Temple Live. And once again, everybody, thank you. And until we next meet, I don't know when that's going to be, but until that next possible time, this is Michael Tiller signing off. God bless everybody. Thank you all so much. And until next time, don't press that plunge.
We'll see you all next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay wild and crazy. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.